All right, what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. Women all want to be married and have children at some point. Now, they get to a point where they build themselves to a situation where they feel like they don't need a man, so they'll figure out how to, impregnate themselves or raise their children as single mothers. They get to a certain point of success in their careers where they think they can pull that off, only to raise an emotionally damaged, spiritually aloof, financially misguided child with some mental issues. But deep down inside, they all want that. But when it really starts to make a sound in their ear, is when they start to hear that biological clock tick. That is when they begin to have ideas that reek of desperation, so to speak. So let's try to send me a video on Instagram, man, about this chick who met a guy on Tinder, talked to him for like 10 days, and at the first meeting, she did something that's so outrageous that he, just like we, probably assumed it was a prank or a stunt. And the thing he tells her friends when this is all over is perfect. Women always act like they don't want what they want until they realize their options of getting it are slim and none. And Slim just left the building. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. So let's take a look at this video, man, and then we'll get a good laugh and we'll come back and chop it up.
Oh my gosh. When is he getting here?
I just checked his Snapchat location.
Okay.
And he is arrived.
He's arrived?
So he's arrived.
So proud of you. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Go get him. Go get him, girl. There he is. There he is.
She wanted to document it. It's a really big deal. Yeah.
What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god, what happened?
You guys are terrible friends. This is wildly inappropriate.
Inappropriate? Oh my god.
Whoa. Now, on a serious note, man, if this had been a man who did this to a woman, she probably would have alerted security and told them she felt like her life was in danger, like he was a threat to her safety. That's how absolutely weird this is. But a woman will wrap her mind around a concept that makes her believe that because she thinks the situation is for her, that a man is going to view it as a prized situation for him. She approached this as if she believed because she viewed him as her soulmate, he had to view her the same. A lot of the problem with communication with men and women in this particular society is that women don't understand men at all. And as men start to understand women more and more, the gap between proper communication, proper interaction, and even just basic intimate engagement starts to widen to a point where all of these things they wish for and hope for, that we don't need no man and we can do it by ourselves, all of these things are soon going to be put to the test on a regular basis. Now, for her friends to agree that this was the thing to do and egg it on, it just goes to show you that she's just not one particular woman who thought this. She has a group of women with her who believe this. There were at least 2 other women, because at the end, the guy addressed women. He said, "You guys, are you her friends? Some kind of friends you are, because this is absolutely inappropriate." She runs off as if he's wrong. They run off after her, pick the little flowers up and all this. This woman met this man for the first time, homies, and she dropped to one knee with a man she's never met in person. And I know by his response, he had never given her any inclination that he felt that way about her. None. And the bottom line is this. As weird as it was, I guarantee you there are women who believe that he could have handled it better. Newsflash. He shouldn't have had to handle it at all. And I know some beta male said, man, Johnny gonna come in here and say, "What on the BOA? Oh, you know, they probably was just playing the game on him. That one probably wasn't trying to do that for real, the BOA. You don't give women credit for being smart as they are, man. You treat women like they would do something illogical like that. You the one always telling men that women have no logic. That women are not logical. Women are all emotional. Well, let me tell you something. They were pranking him, Dr. BOA. I don't care what you say. You just always picking on women. You know what, Dr. BOA? You're a bully. Unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe, sucker. But before you go, let me tell you this. It doesn't matter if it was a prank. This was a stranger. You do pranks with your mate. You do pranks with your friends, on your mate, on your family. Even if this was a prank, it's in such poor taste that any man who's considering dealing with this woman should see what kind of quote unquote sense of humor she has. Because there was nothing humorous about this, and there was also nothing sensible about it. What we have to understand is this. Women want what they want, and they truly believe that if you as a man do not want the same things, then the problem is you. No matter how they present it to you, no matter how illogical it is, they believe that you should want the same thing they want because they think they know it all. What man would do this with a woman he hadn't previously discussed this with or had any inclination that she wanted to be with him in that capacity? I tell you what, man. A man that's already locked away in some mental asylum. Because none of us in our logical state of mind would even consider doing something like this and getting emotional as if we're heartbroken when this stranger that we've only known for days walks away from us and say, "What? No, you crazy. Woman, I can't do this right here, man. What you doing out? You're doing this right here for?" And she's standing over there like he's telling her the worst thing. She had better be glad that this didn't turn ugly, because it could have turned ugly. Because me, if a woman's in front of me doing that, man, I only been talking to her for 10 days, man, I'm going to think my life is in danger. I'm going to think for sure that there's a nut standing in front of me who could have a knife, who could have a gun, who could have some mace, who could have a taser, who could have anything. So there's a possibility that I'm going to think it's possible that I need to handle it in a different way than he did. Maybe she needs someone to knock some sense into her. See, as men, we have to deal with all types of things that women bring to the table or to our lives, all type of negativity. And this goes to show that a woman doesn't think there's any time that's too early in a meeting or relationship or whatever you want to call it for her to do something like this. She will do what she feels. That woman said, "I feel like this is my soulmate." Her feelings dominate her thoughts. So when she thinks, it's from the perspective of what she felt. That's the only way women think. They think based on what they feel. So basically, they don't think. They just put their feelings into a thought and act upon it. It's not thinking. That's being misguided by something that's not even real. Her feeling that this was her soulmate wasn't even real. Her feeling that this was going to be okay to do and this would be positively received by him was not real. Her feeling that her friends are smart too was not real. And her feelings that this man did something wrong to her by putting her in her place and then walking away also isn't real. Only thing real in this scenario is that women will do whatever they think they want to do and expect you and I, as men, to go along with it. Go along to get along is what they think our mantra should be. But what our mantra should really be is to go along and be alone if we got to deal with foolishness like this. To all you men out there who have been in situations like this, you have my deepest sympathy. Because I, fortunately, have not had to deal with anything like that, but I have to deal with some things that make you wonder what really goes on in the mind of a woman who thinks she's so valuable to the world that just because she wants a man, he's going to want her back. And even if he doesn't, she's going to convince herself that he does and do idiotic things like this. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.